understand? Let's say you want to use the bottle. So this is how the bottle looks like. It has, so this is how the bottle looks like. 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 Not that, but then, sorry. So something like this. So it's not that perfect, and then it has a knob. So there is it. So anytime, so in this case, when you pour the water, okay, let's say you want to take the density of let me draw it for it is not that appealing. It's not appealing at all. So let me try and draw it very well. Yeah, okay, I think this is better. So here, so when you want to find the density, okay, when you want to find the density, you first of all have to determine the mass of the empty relative bottle by using any instrument, beam balance, electronic balance, or lever balance. Then you fill, so it's the same process that we have discussed earlier. Then you fill it with water and then reweigh, right? So after reweighing, you can make it M1. So we first have to weigh the empty bottle, then you fill it with water and then reweigh. And then also you empty and dry. It's very important. You empty and dry the bottle before you fill the liquid that you, be it oil or whatsoever liquid that you want to measure, and then you fill it also into it. Then you also have to take its mass by measuring. Then from there you have the mass. So the mass will be obtained, okay, you get the mass, and then also you take, so that mass that you have, if you got 45, then you have to take equal volume of water. You understand? So it means that 45 over equal volume of water over equal mass of equal volume of water. So there is it. So after you've obtained the mass of the liquid, let's say you obtain the mass of the liquid to be 45, okay, then you also, so there's the mass, and you're going to take the mass. So let's say mass of equal volume of water, you're going to take 45 centimeter cube, and then so once you have this 45 centimeter cube of water, you measure the mass. You understand? You measure the mass. You measure the mass of this using the earlier explanation on how to get the measurement of the mass of water. Okay, you measure the mass, then you divide it. So the mass of the, let's say, the liquid over mass of equal volume of water. Mass of equal volume of water. Mass of equal volume of water. So this is it. So relative density is equal to density of liquid over density of water, or you can also say that density of water, or you can also say that it is the mass, okay, the mass the mass of liquid. So mass of liquid, okay, mass of liquid all over mass of equal volume, equal volume of water. So let's say the mass is 45. It's 45 kilograms. Then it means that you are going to measure 45 centimeters cube of water, and then take the mass of that water and divide it, okay, and divide it by this. Then the answer that you get becomes the relative velocity. Now, there are certain things whenever you are using the relative density bottle. There are some precautions that you have to ensure. Now, you have to ensure that outside of the bottle is dry. Because if you don't, it means that if there is liquid on the outside of the bottle, it's going to amount to what? to increasing the mass that is measured. Because let's say you have bubbles, or you have bubbles or water around the flask, it will increase the mass and it will not give you an accurate measurement. So always try as much as possible to ensure that you always have the outside of the surface dry. You have the outside surface of the bottle dry. And then also your pump must not be warm. I hope you understand. Now I know perhaps you have heard of expansion. Your palm must not be warm, because if your palm is warm, it is going to expand it, and then anytime an object expands, its density decreases. So that's how it is. So this is all for today. Now let me touch on last thing. Let me touch on the last thing, that is the differences. Now we have density, and then we have relative density. Very important. What are their differences? So density has a unit. That's one thing. That's the mass per centimeters cube, okay, or kilograms per meter cube. I hope you understand. It has a unit, but relative density do not have unit. Why? Because it is the density of the substance over the density of water. They are all density, so at the end of the day, they'll cancel out. So it has no unit. And then also the density, as I said, anytime you are finding differences, you can use their definition. Density is the mass per unit volume of a substance, but relative density is the ratio, is the ratio of the density of a liquid to the density of water, or it is the ratio of